Good evening and welcome to the CBN4 Primetime News. I am Tyrella Alexander.
Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown and world-renowned entertainer Machel Montano visits Dominica and meets with Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Aid Community launches a $31 million appeal for badly battered Dominica. In sports, hurricanes hamper regional 4-day preparations for New Look Leewards.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back.
First Caribbean International Bank is now open to the public in Dominica. According to its manager, Stephen Lander, the bank's operations have been up and running. Customers can come in to conduct small transactions during the course of the day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
We opened on Thursday of last week. Our operating hours are 10 to 1 every day. Those operating hours will continue until we're satisfied that we can get other things in place that allow us to go longer. There are a number of considerations that we have to take note of in making that decision. There are external factors like the curfew and the fact that public transportation is not all normal and people have to make their way home. Some people actually have to walk. So we have to be mindful of that. And in terms of the nature of transactions we can process, we're keeping it simple in terms of basic withdrawals and so on. There is a high demand for cash. We have to manage that as well. We want to ensure that people are able to get cash to do their business, but we also want to ensure that cash is distributed fairly equally among our customer base. So we're looking at a withdrawal limit of $1,000 per transaction, per person per day. That of course will be lifted in time when we get things back to normal. It's not that there is a shortage of cash on island. I want to be clear about that. It's just that we have to put things in place to be able to exchange that cash with the central bank and so on. And so as we get closer to normal, we will lift that limit and allow people to do whatever withdrawal that size of withdrawal that they want to do. I want to emphasize though that people have the option of using non-cash forms of payment. So I was able to buy materials to assist with the repair of my house by using a check, a manager's check. I also used a personal check. So that medium of payment is still available. You can also use your card. I know merchants that have been processing card transactions from very early after the storm. So those options have not gone away. So I don't want people to feel like they necessarily need to come in and withdraw cash only to do their business. Just be mindful that you still have the option to use non-cash payments, or non-cash forms of payments, I should say, when performing your transactions. The bank has been doing a lot. It's unfortunate the type of hurricane season we've had across the region. CIBC First Caribbean operations have been affected in multiple islands. We had St. Martin, BVI, we had TCI, and now Dominica. We're responding on two levels. We're responding by assisting our staff directly. So shortly after the storm, we had a shipment of relief supplies coming for the staff. That was an interim shipment. We're doing another shipment again now that we have a better idea as to the specific needs of individual members of staff. For the wider community, after Irma, we had approved a $450,000 US relief support fund that is to spread across the countries that were affected by Irma. And now Maria affecting Dominica, we've approved a further $100,000 US to assist in Dominica. That is for the wider community. What we've confirmed so far is that we will do a relief flight that's going to bring supplies into the island and take persons that need to be evacuated out. So we'll be able to accommodate about 65 persons on the flight out, and the details of that will be communicated later to the public when they are finalized. We, on Saturday, made a contribution to the fire service. I don't know if you're aware, but one of their trucks was actually without a pump. So they had to rely on one truck to go pump water from the river to distribute to the essential services and to support the whole recovery effort and to put out fires, which has been quite a problem since people are burning a lot of stuff. So we were able to procure a pump and donate that to the fire service, so now both trucks are able to pump water from the river, and we think that is a huge assistance for them. We're also discussing with some medical professionals in Barbados how we can support the recovery of the healthcare aspect of things in Dominica. More details again will be forthcoming as we finalize what arrangements we can put in place where that is concerned.
The Embassy of Dominica in Brussels is working closely with the EU Directorate General for Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Operations, ECHO, to trigger the EU's emergency response system to help Dominica for both financial and material relief. The European Commission's Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Department is providing 806,000 EC dollars in emergency humanitarian aid to Dominica. This following the severe destruction caused by Hurricane Maria, which devastated the island on September 18 and 19. The relief will address urgent needs and will include basic kits for survival, clean water and food, construction material and fuel, as well as additional logistical support to reach isolated communities. The OECS Brussels mission, under the auspices of the OECS Commission, was also able to confirm offers of emergency relief supplies from the UK, France and Belgium governments. OECS Director General Dr. Didicus Jules said the Brussels mission was coordinating with its European partners in the reconstruction efforts of Dominica.
In other stories,
Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown, along with soca star Machel Montano, visited Dominica over the weekend following the passage of Hurricane Maria. The two also met with Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. CBN4 will be following up on details surrounding the visit. In consultation with the government of Dominica, the humanitarian community launched on Friday a Hurricane Maria flash appeal for the island. It is soliciting $31.1 million to reach 65,000 people over the next 3 months. This is aimed to address challenges such as a lack of fresh running water and electricity, along with road damage and communication blackouts. Meanwhile, emergency supplies from the United Nations Food Relief Agency are being delivered to Dominica as people face huge challenges in the wake of the devastation brought on by Hurricane Maria, which ripped through the small Caribbean island on September 18 and 19. Dominica is said to have suffered nearly 30 deaths, about 80% of its buildings damaged, and many roads blocked or impaired.
Week unfolds, we will be having to work more closely with distribution. And as Darren pointed out, of concern would be the areas that are not being serviced properly. We are hoping, however, that the public service input can assist with providing the data and strengthening the reporting mechanism and increasing the volunteers on the ground. So far, we are understanding the complexity of the distribution network, in that apart from the central distribution at the ports and even the central distribution in the district, we need to establish a number of distribution points. We have models, obviously, within the social services. We have models within the village council system. We have models within statistics. So I think today we'll be, when we meet with the Committee of Permanent Secretaries, we'll be seeking to put together the best model that we can to ensure that each household is actually mapped out and represented in the distribution framework, so that we can provide ongoing and improved information to those persons who are doing the deliveries. It's going to take a number of volunteers. I saw some districts that I thought were extremely small, but our geography is not the easiest, and therefore, given the geographic location and the terrain, certain very small areas may have 2, 3, 4 distribution centers to allow us to meet each family. So we're going to try, and that is why again I'm appealing to public officers. We have to support the systems distribution network for this week, and therefore a number of you will be reassigned to ensure that the country itself is covered. We'll have to send people out to assist and to ensure that the disaster committees are well structured in the various communities, and to ensure that sufficient volunteers are available to ensure that they work effectively. We'll proceed now with Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Justice, Ms. Commodore. She's also the coordinator of the Emergency Operations Center, and will be providing general information, particularly those on hotlines and how people can contact us in the event that there are queries, particularly referring to distribution and other needs. I call Ms. Commodore to the board.
Stay tuned. Sports is next. Welcome back.
The appointed coach of the Leeward Island Hurricanes, Winston Benjamins, admits he's yet to make a proper assessment of the team ahead of the Cricket West Indies regional 4-day competition, as preparations have been hampered by recent hurricanes. According to the former West Indies fast bowler, the majority of the team is yet to arrive at its St. Kitts base, as having to cope with the effects of Hurricanes Irma and then Maria has pushed most preparation plans back, with the team scheduled to bowl things off against the Windward Island Volcanoes on October 26. Benjamins, however, hopes to have the entire team assembled by Monday. The West Indies will play against Zimbabwe in 2 test matches scheduled for later this month in Bulawayo. The first match will be held from October 21 to 25, while the second will begin on October 29. Both matches will be played at the Queen's Sports Club. The team, which is expected to arrive in the country on October 11, will face Zimbabwe in a 3-day practice match beginning on October 15 ahead of the start of the series. Following a disappointing season against England, the regional team will hope for better luck against the opponents, which it will face in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers, having failed to secure automatic progression to the 2019 World Cup. The match will be West Indies' second tour to Zimbabwe in the last 12 months. They featured there in a tri-series, also involving Sri Lanka, in November last year. Keylor Navas feels good pieces of individual play from Cristiano Ronaldo should be treated the same way as scoring goals. Cristiano Ronaldo's La Liga goal drought continued in Real Madrid's 2-0 win over Espanyol, but goalkeeper Keylor Navas believes his teammates' good all-round play should be valued in the same way as scoring. Madrid forward Ronaldo is still yet to score in the 2017-2018 league campaign, which got off to a delayed start for the 32-year-old due to a 5-match suspension. The goal-scoring slump comes despite him firing in 22 shots across his 3 appearances, only 4 of which have hit the target. It was Isco who scored both of the goals for Zinedine Zidane's side at the Santiago Bernabeu in a 2-0 win over Espanyol on Sunday, his first being assisted by the Portugal international, who missed 2 glorious opportunities in the first half.
That's all for sports. Your weather update is next.
Now for your weather report for this evening. possible shower is expected with winds moving east-northeast at 13 miles per hour with a 42% chance of rain of up to 0.2 inches. Humidity will be up at 79% this evening and a very low cloud cover of 25%. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:55 a.m.
This wraps up the CBN4 Primetime News. If you have any additional stories, feel free to contact us via our Facebook channel or email cbn4news@gmail.com. For additional updates, visit the Digicel Dominica Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. I am Tyrella Alexander. Thank you for watching. It's time now to join Calvia Timothy with the Digicel Daily Public Service Announcement.
Hi guys, it's Calvia from Digicel giving you another update as to what's happening within the world of Digicel. So as of today, we have 2 new additional sites which are now up on air, which includes Portsmouth North and of course Monverse. Our 4G capable site is now up and live, which is at our stadium, which now enables our customers to use service who are located in Kingsdale, Louvier, Bath Estate, Louisville, Newtown, Lago in Portsmouth, Grand Savan, Grinch in Portsmouth, Tatan, Emsall, and lots more. Our customers who are located in Canefield East, Canefield Proper, Massac, Maho, Jimmet, Portsmouth, Salisbury, Grand Savan, Castle Comfort, Glasgow, Great George, Layu, the Stadium, Canefield, Roseau, Layu Hillsborough Estate, and Fonkole were connected sometime last week. Our team of engineers at Digicel are working tirelessly to ensure that all service are successfully reinstalled to all our Digicel customers. Keep connected with Digicel.